So now they are going to make a really long problem. It's actually two problems. It says find the equation of the line that is parallel to the given line that passes through a point, and then that's perpendicular to the line that passes through the point.
Oh my God.
So guess what? We're finding the equation of the line. We know y has to equal mx plus b, right?
Yep.
If it's parallel, it should have the same slope as this line up here. That line already happens to be solved for y, right? So I know that y is going to equal negative 5/2 x plus some number b. Remember doing these on that previous page?
Yep.
So then I'm going to use this point they gave me, put my values in for my x and my y so that I can find the b like I did on our previous page. So we know that the negative 8 is going to go in the x spot and that the 6 is going to go in the y spot, right? So 6 is going to equal negative 5/2 times negative 8, right?
So 6 is going to equal.
Now you got to multiply that out for me.
Okay.
So negative 5/2 times the negative 8. Is 20 plus b. So in order to solve that for b, we have to not divide. And you like to divide all the time, but this is a plus, right? So I've got to move it over and make it minus 20, right?
Oh.
Negative 14.
Negative 14.
6 minus 20 would be negative 14. So now, I know the m, because it had to be that same m, and I know the b. I can write the equation of that line. Y equals negative 5/2 x minus 14, then goes on the end.
That's the answer.
That's the first answer, yeah?
Oh, that's the first answer.
Now the second part of this problem wants us to also write the equation of the line that is perpendicular to the given line. So, we know that y has to equal mx plus b if this line has a slope of negative 5/2. What is the m on my perpendicular line going to be?
Negative 6.
No. How did we find the perpendicular one? We just did it on the previous three problems.
We flipped that.
We had to do opposite the reciprocal, right? So if this is negative 5/2, this is going to be a positive 2/5, right?
Yep.
So now we're going to do the same thing we just did. We're going to only use this slope instead. So y is going to equal 2/5 x plus some number b. And then we're going to go to our point and put those two numbers in for our x and our y. So x is going to be negative 8 and y is going to be 6. Six then is going to equal 2/5 times negative 8.
Negative 16/5.
Negative 16/5 plus some number b. So when we move our 16/5 over, we have to add the 16/5. So 6 plus 16/5.
46/5.
46/5 is our B value. So now we know the M should be 2/5, the B should be 46/5, so we can answer the question. Y equals 2/5 X plus 46/5. All right, so they made a really long question combining a whole bunch of stuff we did already. And said, well, if you can do this, number 5 then. So I want to find the equation of the line that is parallel to that line. If I know that it's parallel to that line, what number is going to be my M value?
Your -3.
My -3, right. The number in front of my X is going to be my M value. So if I want to write the equation of the line, what should I do?
So it's going to be y equals 3x plus 8, but then your y is going to be -3, and your x is going to be -5.
Oops. First of all, I got to start my equation.
Oh, okay.
So I know that it has to be y equals mx plus b, right?
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Okay. And what number are we putting in for the x?
We're putting in -5.
No. I mean for the m. Excuse me,
Oh,
I
for
said
the
the wrong
M.
thing. For the m, we got to put the m in first.
-3.
So y equals -3x plus b, right? Then I can put in my x and my y.
3x plus b. Oh, I better erase too, because I missed a step. So y is going to equal -3x plus b. So then the x is going to be -5,
Hmm?
and the y is going to be -3.
Yep. So solving that, I'm going to have
-3y.
-3 just because we put that in for the y,
Oh,
right?
okay, -3 equals -15,
We had a negative times a negative.
or positive
So
15.
15,
X.
no x because we got rid
Oh,
of the
yeah,
x.
okay. And then, okay, 15 plus b.
Yep.
So then we bring the 15, divide that,
Do what with it?
-15.
Make it -15.
This becomes 5?
No, you're not dividing. You're just minusing it.
Oh. Minus 15 is going to equal 18.
Negative 18, right?
18.
So I'm not dividing, I'm subtracting that 15. So I know my m is -3. I know my b is -18. What should the answer to that first part of my question be?
Y equals -3 minus 18?
Close.
-3x
There you go.
minus 18.
There you go. Y equals -3x minus 18. Now, I want to do the equation that is perpendicular. So if it's perpendicular, what am I going to use for the m value?
You are going to use 8.
No.
Perpendicular?
How do we find the perpendicular? We
Oh
said
yeah, you flip it.
opposite
So it's going to be +3.
the reciprocal. I like the positive part, but what's the reciprocal of 3? 1/3, right? Because this would be 3 over 1, and so I'd have to have 1 over 3 then. So, if y equals mx plus b, and we know this time we should use 1/3 in for the m, then y is going to equal 1/3 x plus b, right? Okay, so now we got to put in our x and our y.
Equals 5/3
Positive or negative 5/3?
positive.
How'd you get a positive 5/3?
My calculator said.
What did you type into your calculator?
1/3 times -5.
That's what you should put in there.
Oh, I didn't even do that. Times -5. Oh yeah, negative.
Negative 5/3 plus b then, right?
5/3 plus b.
So then what are we going to do with our 5/3?
We are going to add.
Add 5/3.
5/3. It's going to be -4/3.
So negative 4/3 is our b value. So now we know our m is 1/3, our b is negative 4/3. What is the equation of our line?
Y equals -5/3.
Whoops, where'd that come from?
Negative? Oh yeah, positive. Oh, 5/3 of what?
What are we using for our m?
Oh, 1/3.
1/3.
1/3. 1/3 minus
What goes behind my 1/3?
x.
X minus 4/3. So y equals 1/3 x minus 4/3 would be the equation of my line.
Oh my, this is going to be hard ones for me.
Now, they made it just a little bit trickier on number 6.
Oh my god.
Because look at your equation. My equation doesn't say y equals something, does it?
Yeah.
So we have to rearrange this one first before we can even start our problem. So, I have to solve that one for y so that we get it in the y equals form. So, I'm going to minus my 8x first, right? So 7y is going to equal negative 8x minus 1. And then, of course, we have to divide by our 7 yet. So y equals negative 8/7 x minus 1/7. So now that we have this solved for y, the next thing they did to us is, look at, they did perpendicular first but parallel second. I would just hop down to the parallel one. For my parallel one, what is the m value going to be?
Negative 8/7.
Negative 8/7. Okay, so now we can go ahead and do the second part first. So we need y equals mx plus b. We know the m is going to be that negative 8/7. So y equals negative 8/7 plus b. And then we can plug in our x and our y, right? Whoops, 8/7 x. I'm trying to leave the x out like you were. catching. It's catchy. Y equals negative 8/7 x plus b. Now I can put in my x and my y. So for my x,
You're gonna have 4
I'm going to have 4
and negative 3 on the y.
and negative 3 on the y. And so now my equation says
3,
negative 3 equals
equals negative 32/7.
negative 32/7 plus b. And if I want to solve that for b, I'm going to add my 32/7.
Which is going to be, B is going to be 11/7.
b is going to be 11/7. So I know my m is supposed to be negative 8/7. I know my b is supposed to be 11/7. What's my equation?
It's going to be y equals negative 8/7 x plus 11/7.
All right. So we did our parallel line. Now we'll go back and do our perpendicular one. So for our perpendicular line, what should be the m value that we're going to use?
7/8.
7/8, exactly. Now we can do it just like we did all the rest of them. Y equals mx plus b. We know the m is supposed to be 7/8. So y is going to equal 7/8 x plus b. And then we're
going to be 4
This is going to be 4.
and y is going to be negative.
Y is negative 3. So we're going to have negative 3 equals.
Equals 7 seconds.
7 over 2 plus b. And solving that for b, we're going to minus the 7/2.
Negative 13 seconds.
Negative 13 over 2. So my equation then is going to be what?
So it's going to be y is going to equal 7/8 minus 13 seconds.
Now, what did you put behind your 7/8?
Oh, x.
So y equals 7/8 x minus 13/2. All right, those are long ones. If you get that far.